Morning, God's favorite family. Welcome to Launa K. This is a beautiful day that the Lord has made for us to rejoice and to be glad in it. So, for those who are already following me, early this week, or I think late last week, I have released a video on my story time, and the video is titled "Pregnant at 17." And rejected, pregnant at 17 and rejected. So basically, for those who are new to my channel, for those who are just following us and perhaps wondering what I mean, say Team Launa K, welcome. This morning I've come here with another edition. Remember last released a video on pregnant at 17, and I elaborated on how pregnant I was at 17 and how rejected I was by my baby's father, and how the uncle also violated me. So I'm not coming to you to expose myself. I know people will go out there and say, did you hear about Pastor Launa? Did you hear about who? She was just talking about her story. She was just hanging her dirty laundry on the street. I am not here to hang my dirty laundry on the street, but I am rather here to share with you what I believe the Lord has redeemed me from, what I believe it was a shame, it was embarrassment, what I believe the guy meant to defile me, they meant to just destroy my youth. But the Lord came in and he took my life and he saved me, and he gave me a name, and he gave me the grace to raise my daughter. And so I just thought, let me come and share with a young mother who is perhaps a young mother currently, who is perhaps a young mother like maybe many years ago, like myself, but you are still dealing with depression, you are still dealing with rejection, you are still dealing with not coming in terms with what has happened to you. I am here to share with you. I am a living testimony. I am a walking testimony. I am here to tell you that you can be set free from that depression, from that rejection, and so on. And this can only come when you make a choice to let go and to let God. Because holding on to what they have done to you or to us, it's like allowing them to control us. Holding on to what they have done to you, probably raped you, probably molested you, probably it was an agreement to go to be as a couple, but then suddenly when the pregnancy come, they because most of them, when you fall pregnant, they tell you go and abort. They tell you go and do, and all those kind of dirty things, and sometimes they even blackmail to tell you, if you are not aborting, I'm not gonna be responsible or in the life of that child. They are just lying to you. But before I just want to give you some maybe 2-3 examples, let me just run through to conclude the part 2. Okay, as I said previously, 30 years ago, friends took me to, came and told me, let's go to a certain house. There's somebody there who wants to see you, and apparently he loves you. And in our days, I don't know about others, but mostly was about when somebody tells you they love you, the excitement was, wow, I'm getting somebody who will be buying me sweets and so on. There was not really things of these friends might betray you, or they might have set you up for this guy, and later just to let you do things that were not in your will, and pregnancy come, and just to be told, I will not be part of this child. Those things were not really there, like unlike today. The youth is so enlightened. Okay, long story short, as I said, this guy rejected me and said he's not the father of my child. So then he came after 3 weeks when the baby was born. and he came and said, yeah, this is my child, look at the hands, she looks like me, and so on, the legs, you know, like me, but I'm not gonna accept publicly this child, because it seems like you know, because my uncle raped you, and I'm not gonna share. You know, it was, you know, your uncle defiled this person. Your uncle hurt somebody that you told people you love, and you decided to team up instead of just coming and say, you know, girlfriend, I know my uncle did this to you, but I'm gonna take it up on myself. I'm gonna be with you, support you with this baby. This guy just walked out of our life like in a cold wind, just walked out. So my mother took care of us, and yeah, life became, but it was full of, I was filled with depression, rejection, suicidal came in. Thank God the suicidal did not come while before I gave birth, and the community gave me names. Guys, I don't know whether I've been given names like mine. Ooh. So then I just made a choice. And in the process, during that time, there were people that used to come to our house, you know, disciples preaching the gospel and so on, and I was just rejecting them. But one faithful morning, you know, the Lord just visited me, and I saw the end time. I saw how I was remaining behind during the rapture and so on. And with that vision, I was woken up. I went to look for a church. I gave my life back to Christ when my daughter was 3. And life became better, but a lot of things had happened, but that I will share it in another episode. But for now, let's focus on pregnant at 17 and rejected. So, and imagine now my baby is 3 and I don't know where's the father, I don't know where he is, and so on. I don't know whether he's alive or he's dead. And yeah, mom took care of us, the family took care of us, my elder sister took care of, assisted me to take care of her. And and then I think there was a time that I got involved in a relationship that was very steady, and this person was playing a role to be the father of my child, and since she was 3, and suddenly that relationship had to end. So, and then I was left in the air. Imagine raising a child without a father after, you know, had been having somebody in your life. So it was so painful, but God is so faithful. One faithful day when I was just in the room, I saw a light appearing on the wall, and I cannot explain, but it's a light, and in that light a voice came through my mind, audible voice, and said, now is the time. And I knew it was God, and I asked God, what do you mean by it is the time? And the Lord said, it is the time for you to meet the father of your child. And mind you, my daughter, by that time she is 13. My mother passed away, and that I had that I was raising my child within also has ended. So you can just imagine, mom passed away the year 2000, the year 2003, you know, the relationship just ended, and then my daughter's father had to appear, and so on. So, and there was a function in the north during that time. So I said we were supposed to go. I was supposed to go and contact a wedding. So I saw it to send my younger sister before. I said, please take this picture, go to this house, and ask this person if he is there, if he's alive, if he's not alive, and just tell them this is the picture of their child. So they went there. My younger sister called me and said, my sister, I can see in this house, this child is from this house. So long story short, they came back, and we started to get prepared to go and meet him. And mind you, meeting him was not to be restored with him, because he's a person I just don't know. But now that I'm a child of God, my strength was in God, my pride was in God, and I didn't care how he has defiled me or how he has rejected me. That was not my problem. So we met, and when we met, I told him, listen, I've come. Please do me a favor. I want you to tell me, are you still rejected this child after so many years? I want to know from here. You know, from here, I want to know, you know, how to consider you in my life. It's kind of, I was giving him a grace period, so he was still behaving funny. He was like, yeah, we are going for DNA test. And so I said, as long as you are, provided you're paying for the DNA test, it is fine. So his father came in the picture and his brother came in the picture and said, you are very stupid. This child, this is how you looked as you were young. You are very stupid. This is your child. This is our blood. If you don't want the child, we're going to take the child. And with that comes, in our traditional culture, comes a name ceremony, because the fact that he abandoned the child, it was seemed as she was not part of the family, and now they have to conduct a ceremony to rename her from the names my mother gave her, and to do what, and to rename her from, and then for them to give her their name, as a mark of saying we are accepting is our child. So then I told them, listen, I'm a born again, I'm a child of God. I don't want you to give my child names that are going to throw shades, okay? It's not by force. So that's how they named her after their mother, Esther Praise, meaning the Hambelela. So, and from there, we did not really have a relationship, because we never knew each other, not knowing that he, what I have realized, that these people that do such things to you, the young girls, they keep in their mind till their death that this is something I can just mess around. So when I appeared in his life, he thought I have come so that he can be messing around with me. Yeah, we were really struggling. Imagine this relationship ended and here comes the father of your child. So the battle was very heavy, but I had to tell myself, no, I don't know this person and I'm not gonna mingle with this person. It was really, really, really hectic, really, really hectic. But yeah, the grace of God kept me. And there was a time that my daughter told me and said, Mom, it's my dad. I thank God for his life, but I don't think the two of you are compatible. You are born again and he's having his own life. Yeah, he's a good person, but only that our faith differ. So basically, we did the name ceremony. They gave, she was re-registered again with the Home Affairs and so on. And so I informed my family, and so then this guy still had something. When a crocodile have missed a prey, apparently it lays in the road waiting for another prey, but in the process it will cry crocodile tears, so that you feel pity for it and then you fall. So that is how he was behaving. He kept saying, yeah, I just realized it seems that we might be compatible and so on. But I'm like, no, I can't trust this person. I can't trust him. So long story short, the Lord blessed me and my daughter had to get married. And we went to this guy, and to tell him that, our daughter is getting... So in the process, he was communicating with the child. Yeah, they communicate here and there, only that they have similar characters and sometimes they clash and so on. So long story short, my daughter got married and I was excited, thinking that, okay, he will do the honor to just walk our daughter down the aisle. But you know what? As I told you about, I've been in a relationship for 9 years and it has to end it. After a process, God had to bless me with my husband, and I thank God for his life. So now, but my husband just thought, no, she is not my biological child. Let us give the honor to the father. You know what? This guy decided not to pick my call. He decided not to come. And he tried to call me names. Apparently, I'm selling my daughter. I love things. Why can my daughter not just stay and first have children with this person? The guy he does not have blood in his system, I think. So then on our surprise, so my daughter, when we went to the church, she decided she's not going to get out of the car. And we were like, but I thank God for the family of his mother. The family of his mother. So then we had to, during the week of the wedding, they had to perform the culture, because they were supposed to give her clothes. So they bought for her a dress, shoes, this cultural stuff. And they thought, no, it's this guy is given birth by our sibling. So let's represent our sibling because his mother passed away. So, and just to realize that we are actually related, like the blood in his vein runs in my vein. Only when people get married and families expand and so on. So back to the wedding day. So my daughter decided, okay, let me give the honor to the men who raised me. Let me give the honor to the men who raised me. And we kept saying, Esther, would I allow your father's aunties? She said, no, they were never there. They don't know me and I don't know them. So my husband was sobbing. My husband was crying. He was like, oh my God. He felt like Jesus. And I really thank the Lord for her heart. I love you, girl. You know, I love you. You are a woman of wisdom. And the Lord is with you. Yeah, so my husband walked his stepdaughter down the aisle. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. So, and I thank the Lord for my family during that day. I thank the Lord for my cousin, Chico, Buddha Chico, if you are watching, my aunties, my grannies, my cousins, my friends, the pastors, Pastor JP and Mama Rina, and Prophet Benjamin and Mama Kimani, and the entire Arise Prophetic Ministry, and many others, my elder sister, my late sister, Osi Brigade, and many others. So somebody who was, you know, rejected by the father, God gave her a family. God gave me a family. They stood with me through the raising of my daughter. So before I come to the end of my story, the moral of the story is, if you fall pregnant and this guy is saying abort, and this guy is saying I don't want you, let me tell you, girlfriend, abortion is not the option. Suicide is not the option. Feeling like let me be in my corner is not the option. You know what? Bath yourself. Shook the dust off your shoulders. Maybe he was only meant to just be with you and produce the child. And you know what? When a man and a woman come together, definitely something has to come where sex was involved. So maybe that's the result of that, and God is going to turn your child into a blessing like he did mine and did many. So I have a friend who, she might be watching, the boyfriend then, you know, told her she must abort the baby. And guess what? Who is fighting for that child today? It's him. And she keeps saying, but you said I had to abort. And glory be to God, she got married by a wonderful husband who loved the son. And I have another testimony of somebody who, you know, fell pregnant, and the person, the father, the daddy father, whatever, baby father, decided, I don't want you anymore. I told that person, let him go to hell. Raise your child, dust yourself off. You're having a career, work and move on. Work, you know, for you and your son. So whatever happened with you, your child is not a mistake. God will take care of you. You know, my mother supported me, the family, and so on, until the day when my daughter got married. And I thank the Lord for his grace. Please love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. You are not the pregnancy, but you are what God says you are. And he said in the book of Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, he said, the plan I have for you is of good and not of evil. Plans to prosper you, to give you an expected end, to give you a hope, a beautiful future. You are not what your condition is making you. You are what God wants you to be, and what he has already ordained you to be. So thank you for listening. I might have been all over the place, but I hope you find something to learn from, something to take home with. This channel will be more about life issues, spiritual. We might bring some other people also on, and things like that, you know, to just share with you. You know, I just want to talk to your heart. I just want to encourage you and to inspire you. Don't give up. If he doesn't want you, another man's trash is another man's treasure. If he doesn't want you, there is somebody who will appreciate you, who want to shake you, to clean you up, and to make you his own, just like what my husband did. I thank God for my husband. You know what, family, thank you for watching. The Lord richly bless you.